These are the focus tonight. KKDW receives huge allocations to develop rural Sarawak. Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi receives 2 courtesy calls. Orangutan diplomacy, not a wise move. Express unity at all times in line with Segulai Sejalai concept. Sarawak government approves 14 million ringgit for BRS village expansion program. Assalamualaikum and good evening. The Ministry of Rural and Regional Development, KKDW, has received substantial allocations every year for the development of rural areas in Sarawak, and these allocations continued to increase since 2021. Deputy Prime Minister, who is also KKDW Minister, Datuk Patinggi Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, said that in 2024, the Ministry has received an allocations of 871.24 million ringgit for rural development in Sarawak, which an increase of 16.14 million ringgit or 1.85% compared to 2023. According to him, this allocation is the second highest after Sabah.
Memperuntukkan 1.5 bilion ringgit sebagai rolling plan, dan ini akan memudahkan perencanaan dan juga pelaksanaan berbagai upaya untuk mencipta masyarakat yang kompetitif dan meningkatkan kualiti hidup di negeri Sarawak ini. Apa yang disebutkan oleh Datuk Sri Huang tadi ada di dalam 1.5 bilion yang telah saja kita. Dan sebagai Menteri yang bertanggungjawab, sudah pasti saya akan terus memainkan peranan dalam pembangunan kawasan luar bandar di Sarawak ini untuk membantu kerajaan negeri bagi memastikan terutamanya infrastruktur di kawasan luar bandar dapat dipersembahkan.
He said this while speaking at the Sarike Pre-Gawai 2024 event organised by the Service Centre of the Deputy Minister of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, Datuk Sri Huang Tiong Si, at the Dewan Central Sarike on Sunday. In his speech, Datuk Patinggi Dr. Ahmad Zahid also praised the harmony among races and religions, as well as the diversity of cultures and customs, which are placed at the highest level as the main foundations of the unity that exists in Sarawak. The Sarawak Governor, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, received 2 courtesy calls at the Astana Negeri Sarawak on Monday. The first courtesy call was from the Sarawak State Mosque Welfare Trust Board, LAKMNS, led by its Chief Executive Officer Dato' Abang Abdul Wahab Abang Julai. The visit aimed to provide an explanations on the board's activities and services to Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi. Next, the head of state received a courtesy call from the Malaysia Crime Prevention Foundation, MCPF, led by Malaysia Crime Prevention Club Chairman, who is also MCPF Exco, Dato' Sri Johnny Cheng Yu Ji. According to him, the visit aimed to propose a Back to School for Tun program at Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi's former school, besides discussing other related matters.
Jadi Tun menasihatkan saya supaya saya dapat sampaikan matlamat saya bersama dengan Jabatan Pendidikan di Sarawak ni, supaya program ni dapat dijalankan serta-merta, dan bagi pihak saya akan usahakan, maksudnya dengan Jubi Perak ni, ini adalah satunya pemerintahan tertinggi yang dapat Yayasan Pencegahan Jenayah bersama, especially kita buat secara besar-besaran di Sarawak.
He said this when met by reporters after the courtesy call. The idea of introducing orangutan diplomacy to countries purchasing Malaysian palm oil is not a sound strategy. Sarawak Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, explained that orangutan is a highly protected species, not only in Sarawak but also in Malaysia as a whole, as well as Indonesia. Thus, he said it is inappropriate to treat them as a commodities for transactions with other nations.
We are very proud of that primate, that apes, because it is more or less, you can see them as our distant cousins, because they're just like human. And personally, I see if that is really true, the way we want to have that kind of diplomacy, we're giving away our orangutan, which is a really protected animal down here, not just in Sarawak, Malaysia, but also in Indonesia. That might not be a very good move. That might not be. Kita tak perlulah we look after our orangutan well. We can always showcase them in our promotion and how we look after them, how we try to make sure that the habitat of the orangutan are not being spoiled by all this chopping of trees, plantation and things like that.
He made these remarks during a press conference after officiating the Sarawak Tourism Destinations Resilience Workshop in Kuching on Monday. Dato' Sri Abdul Karim further noted that orangutan habitats are well known to be exclusive to Borneo, where they live freely rather than being caged or placed in zoos. Malaysians, particularly those in Sarawak, should continuously express the value of unity based on the concept of Segulai Sejalai to ensure it remains a fundamental principle for the nation's prosperity and well-being. Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Dato' Sri John Siki Tayai, said that the existing unity must not only be maintained but also further nurtured as an added value.
Di sini pula kita bertaksikan Segulai Sejalai sebagai konsep perpaduan dan di peringkat pusat melalui konsep Malaysia Berdari, iaitu penekanan kepada tonggak kemampanan, kesejahteraan, kreativiti, rasa hormat, keyakinan dan belas kasihan, di mana kedua-dua konsep tersebut mencukupi semua elemen perpaduan yang perlu kita pegang.
He said this during his speech at the inauguration ceremony of the Sarawak Level Ekspresi Bulan Kebangsaan 2024 program in Kuching on Sunday. Dato' Sri John Siki added that every layer of society must be united, especially now as Malaysia and Sarawak, through the collaborations of both governments, are implementing various socio-economic recovery and regeneration initiatives to regain competitiveness like before the COVID-19 pandemic hit the country. Thus, he stressed that the people should not be complacent and easily influenced by malicious elements and propaganda that could disrupt the current unity. The Sarawak government has approved an allocation of 14 million ringgit for the village expansion program in the Bengor Resettlement Scheme BRS area. Sarawak Deputy Minister for Transport, Dr. Jarib Susil, said that residents in the BRS area are able to adapt to the state government's plans.
Ini adalah sangat diperlukan, memandangkan BRS adalah suatu kawasan yang kita memberi tumpuan untuk membangun. Ini adalah oleh kerana kawasan-kawasan 4 kampung ini telah menyumbang banyak dari segi prasarana, khasnya dari segi pembekalan air di kawasan Kuching. Tanpa pengorbanan daripada 4 kampung itu, kampung ini, maka pembekalan air di seluruh kawasan Kuching melalui loji air Batu Kitang dan sebagainya tidak dapat dilaksanakan.
He said this during his speech at the Mother's Day and pre-Gawai celebrations in Kampong Semban, Pedawan on Saturday. The Mambong Assemblyman added that the Sarawak government is focusing on development in the BRS area. He said, among others, the state government has requested the Federal Ministry of Education to establish a modern and special school equipped with all necessary facilities. And that's the English edition with me, Sharill Malek. More news can be found in our official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. A promo video of the upcoming National Journalist Day celebrations or Hawana 2024 concludes the bulletin tonight. Hashtag Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.
Media merupakan perantara yang amat penting dalam pembangunan dan perpaduan negara serta kesejahteraan rakyat. Hawana atau Hari Wartawan Nasional diadakan sebagai satu bentuk pengiktirafan dan penghargaan tertinggi kepada pengamal media di Malaysia. Tarikh 29 Mei telah diwartakan sebagai Hari Wartawan Nasional sempena penerbitan edisi pertama Akhbar Utusan Melayu pada tahun 1939.